I'll be back in a minute with more. Q104.3.
Sonstein Sessions continues on iHeartRadio. Once again, Shelley Sonstein.
Good morning. I am here with a man who has one of the most distinctive voices in rock. Yes, is John Anderson.
Hello.
He's pulling a Jim Carr. I have to ask you, way back when you started, way back 51 years ago, when you started, did anyone say to you, with one of the most distinctive voices, you hear, you sing, and everyone knows who it is? Did anyone have the audacity to say to you early on, this is not a voice that goes with rock?
No.
That's good. That is good.
Thankfully, nobody spoke to me. I was very, very shy, and not many people would speak to me. But I had this dream of writing songs in this band with Chris Squire. And I've been in a band for 5 years prior to that, since 63. When in 1963, my brother had a band, and one day he said, because we used to do Everly Brothers, right, when we delivered milk in the local town. And he said, let's go and see the Beatles, because they just released Love Me Do. And they said, let's go on a motorbike, and we're going to drive to Southport, which is just north of Liverpool. So we went to see the Beatles just before they became famous. And it was like unbelievable. And from that moment, I wanted to be a Beatle.
So that changed your life too, like all of us.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. And did you grow your hair?
Oh, I had a Beatle cut.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. Yeah. Like everybody.
So tell me about Yes. First of all, how did Yes get its name? Because that's a very positive sounding group.
Very true. Well, Chris had this band called Mabel Greer's Toy Shop, and he asked me. We met in this bar that I was working in, and we talked about Paul Simon and many other composers of that time, Sounding Off Funko Records and these kind of American bands that he was interested in, which was Buffalo Springfield and so on. And so we had a good chat about music, and he said, do you want to join my band? You know, and I said, yeah, what's it called? He said, Mabel Greer's Toy Shop. I said, well, that's a mouthful. So,
it sure is.
So we started rehearsing, and then the following day, and the drummer left to get a job with another band who would pay him because we had no money. So then we started looking for a drummer, and we found a drummer through the Melody Maker, which is a London magazine, music magazine. And we found Bill Bruford. Only, got him on the phone. Hi, what's your name? Bill Bruford. And you play drums? Yeah. What kind of drums? Ludwig drums. He must be good. So, and you transport? Yeah, I've got a van. He's got a van. Okay, you can be in the band, because anybody with a Ludwig kit and a van can be in the band, because we needed a van,
But who came up with the word with the naming?
Well, Bill came and said, "Why are you called Mabel Greer's Toy Shop?" And I said, "Because we haven't thought of a name yet." So he said, "Well, let's put names in a hat." So we did. I put in Life, and Chris put in World. And Peter Banks, the guitar player, just turned around and said, "Why don't we call ourselves Yes?" And we said, "What? The Yes? No, just Yes." And we said, "Okay," and that's how it happened.
Do you remember what your choice was way back when?
Life.
Now, it's interesting. 51 years later, John Anderson is out with a new album, 1,000 Hands, an album that was 30 years in the making and called 1,000 Hands because that's probably how many people had a hand in the album.
Yes.
But what I am so taken with on your album is the positivity. Everything is upbeat, optimistic,
true,
happy. I will swear to you, you will be in a good mood if the first thing you do in the morning is play one of the songs from 1,000 Hands. I promise you. My question to you, Yes, is John Anderson. Were you always such a positive man?
More than likely, yeah. I think, everybody goes through periods of time where they very sort of get hung up about life and stuff like that. But generally speaking, I was a happy kid, my mum used to say. And I just remembered I enjoyed working on the local farm, making some money for the household. And I just loved the idea of being a musician. At one time, I just decided that I wanted to be a musician. And you go through these amazing ups and downs. But by the time Yes started and everything, I felt so grateful to be a singer in a band. I had a job, And from then on, it's a question of like being positive about life, about why me? Why would I get some success and things like that? So I started to read a lot of, Herman Hesse books and various other books that emphasize the need for your balance and spirituality in life and things. And that's what I would write into my songs. It's just a natural event for me because I didn't feel that I was a sort of rock sex dude, with tight pants, the kind of thing. And there was plenty of them. So I thought, no, I'll just sing these songs about searching for the reality of life and things like that. And that's what I've been doing ever since.
Do you consider yourself to be a spiritual person?
We're all spiritual people.
We're not all.
Yes, we
there
are.
There are a lot of people who are not spiritual.
We truly are. It's just most people forget and have forgotten, and I like to sing about it. That's all. It's very simple. There's a lot of people who write about it. Rumi, one of the great writers of spirituality from the 18th century. There's always been people interested in singing about the way we connect with, our life and music and what music truly is and how it can touch our hearts and souls and things like that.
I see you're wearing a red bracelet. Is that a Kabbalah bracelet?
No, that's just a red bracelet my wife gave me about a year
everyone's
ago.
going to think it's a Kabbalah bracelet.
I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So your wife gave that to you.
Yeah, because I just like wearing, I don't wear a watch, except a watch that I did have one time was from my son Damien. And it said now on it. N-O-W.
Actually, that's a really good thing to look at to remind yourself. If you look at a now on your wrist, it reminds you to be in the here and now.
In the here and now, because nothing else is around except this moment in time and then the next moment in time and so on.
Speaking of kids, tell me about your kids. What are they doing?
Oh, boy. My eldest daughter, she's 40-something, 48, I think. And she's just finishing a movie about the atrocities of white European people against the Native Americans, and it's still going on.
She's a documentarian?
Yeah.
She's a director?
Yeah.
I would love to talk to her.
She's quite extraordinary. She's just up in Skywalk Studios near San Francisco, just finishing the music, which was written by a lady in London. And they have this lovely, one of the people she met when she went to Twin Ridge, I think it's called. I hope I get it right, in South Dakota. And she spent the last year going there and back, filming and like a documentary. Their terrible strife that they're going through. And we're not interested. America is not interested. They're too busy making money and being greedy,
and
like most of the world.
You have a son?
My son Damien's in London. And me and him have been writing songs on and off for about 10 years now. And he is just a very wonderful guy. He is. He's very spiritual, too.
So you like him and love him.
Oh, gosh, yeah. And bless him, And then I have a younger daughter who has 3 beautiful children. So I'm a proud grandfather. Me and my honey are very excited about our little guys, 3 boys, So.
And how long
blessed.
have you been married to your wife?
28 years. 6 years.
How did you meet? How did you meet?
Well, we met because I was on my way to China. Actually, I've been to China a couple of times, and I was very interested to go and live there for a while. And then I started having these sort of meditations, and I kept seeing this beautiful girl dancing and waving at me. So. I didn't think so much about it at that time, but over a period of 6 months, you see that energy around you. And then a friend of mine in LA called Linda Livingston said, this lady who works for Ron Howard is always interested in musicians for making film music. And I thought, that's me. I want to make a film score. I'd love to do film music. Tell her to come up tomorrow and I'll make lunch. So she came up and I'd forgot all about it, to be honest. And, I was busy working on an album called Toltec, so I had about 10 people around, and my 2 oldest children were there as well. So she came in, and I went, oops, it's the girl that I've seen in my meditation. Oh,
seriously?
I love you. Let's get married.
No, seriously? I
said in my head, yeah.
It was like a premonition.
Yes.
That's so crazy.
It was wonderful. And there she was. And
love at first sight.
God, I loved her totally.
Did she love you at first sight?
No, she thought I was a bit crazy.
How long did it take to woo her?
Well, it took I don't know how to say this, but I eventually I'd actually ordered Domino's pizza for lunch. So
wow, what a commercial for Domino's Pizza!
That didn't
yes,
go very
it's
well.
John Anderson orders Domino Pizza to woo this woman.
Yes, very simple. You get your Domino's pizza, then you add stuff and you put it in the oven, nice and crispy. It's like you just made it yourself. So.
But I love this. All right, so we come full circle almost 30 years later, and a song from John Anderson's new album, 1,000 Hands, Ramalama, is inspired by you making your wife a proper breakfast in bed every day.
True.
All right, so tell the rest of the story because we're going to play your song.
Okay, well, what I like to do every morning, I love to make breakfast in bed, and we enjoy that and watch the GMA, is it? Yeah, Good Morning America. And we just like that. It's something we enjoy. And then I'll wash up and then go wash the dishes and then go into my studio and say, cinnamon. I always say cinnamon, which means I'll see you in a minute. And then I go to the studio, and I love singing every morning. And what I do, I call it vocalizationing, where I sort of do music that it's just a sort of adventuring music. You never quite know what you're going to do, but it starts me thinking, okay, I have a rhythm track sound, and I go beep, 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 and then I'll add doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo against it. It's very much like the way the pygmies sing in Congo, in West Africa, when they go out foraging and hunting. But they sing all day long, these incredible little people. And I've seen a movie about them years ago, and I started mimicking that years ago. And now I really enjoy doing it more than ever. I don't know why. So when I was making this album that took 30 years to make, I sent some of these vocalizationings to the producer, my friend Michael Franklin. And he actually made the music for this one, which is just all my vocals. That's all you hear originally. And then he put the music on while he was traveling to China. So he actually did it on a computer on his way to China.
Crazy.
All the music.
It's not Ramalama Ding Dong from the that
right,
song, right?
yeah.
No, it
I
wasn't.
never heard that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
Right, but it wasn't.
No, it's a Ramalama. It's something very holy Ramalama.
Wow. Okay. Well, maybe that was too, and we didn't know.
Right.
Ramalama, John Anderson, his new album, 1,000 Hands, Q104.3.
Searching for a beautiful, affordable college close to home, but not too close to home? Westchester University offers more than 90 undergraduate programs, 670 study abroad options, one of the largest D2 athletics programs in the nation, and dozens of prestigious accreditations, all on a 400-acre campus just outside of Philadelphia. Best of all, WCU is within 2 hours of your area. Learn more at wcupa.edu.